Hi, I'm Sandy and welcome to Sandy's Numerology. Today I'm going to be looking at a man that everybody knows. His name is Richard Charles Branson, born on the 18th of July 1950. Right, so Richard has 5 sevens, and this is the magic about him. He's a rebel without a cause. He's spontaneous to a degree. He has to do the map and the plan first because he has a 4 life path. But his 7 is about cars, planes, boats, trains, balloons, anything that offers him freedom of movement, sending things off to Mars probably as well. And as long as he's got his freedom of movement, it's good. He's a man who trusts implicitly. But if you cross that line, if he closes that door will never be opened again. And of course, with all of his 7s, he's got fame. So let's line him up with Nelson Mandela, born on the 18th of July as well. But what have we got here? His Branson is an 11, and that is how I affect the masses, how I lift people up, how I engage with people, I formulate partnerships, and he's done that throughout his life, and that's where his social responsibility comes in. And he's got entrepreneurial programs and that out there, and that brings you to his 4 life path. So his 4 life path says, I'm either daddy's boy, or my dad wasn't able to be there for me the way I needed because he could have been working long hours, going to work early and coming home late. But that 4 is who he is as a human being. It's called the builder. If he builds other people and they build business, those 2 entities build Branson. He's not very good with his paperwork. He probably does get other people to do it. His attention to detail is implicit in certain areas, but I think the paperwork is something that is really, it's so restrictive. But his 4 life path is nature, natural, outdoors. He's also about property. We know he owns an island. We know that he's has owned Virgin Records. That's where his music, arts and theatre and culture comes into play. His 4 life path being the author, and he's released quite a few books. But it says implicitly what he would do in his life he would be acknowledged for, and what it is that he would leave behind, and he would be remembered in many years to come. And of course, he's got this fame. So he is so like Nelson Mandela, and all he's done is he's chosen to do things differently, not go into politics. But those 7s of his says that when the politicians or the powers that be, when he was trying to get his airline aprons around the world and they didn't want to share, they didn't want to give him, he's defiant. When he got the train going in the UK, he brought in things where he was offering services that nobody else did because he was concerned for the masses. And if he gave the masses that feeling of something good, then they would support him. And then he could also charge less because he's pulling in the clients. But there's that famous picture of Richard Branson being dressed as an air hostess. There's his Dennis the Menace. And anyway, his Charles quite loves fabrics and textures anyway, so he probably enjoyed dressing up as a lass for the day. But he's actually incredibly shy. He's not a man who seeks attention at all, but it will find him. That's what happens when you've got 7s. You don't plan to be on stage in your life, but life plans it for you. So where is Richard Branson? So it's interesting, he's just recently released a fabulous book, I think, which everybody should have on their shelves. He's in an 8th personal year, and this is the drama and the dramatics, and we know that There was that incident where his island was devastated, and that is personal and was affected personally. But in the public eye, in the fall, he's released his book, but he needs to consolidate business. And I think there's a lot he's been doing over the process of the last 2.5 years, where he is actually selling off or offloading. And he needs to be very mindful, because at the age of 67, which he's at, and 68, or his 2 years in business, that he's got to be very careful, because there's the fraudsters that are out there. There's the people that so want to do business with him, but they're actually not good people to do business with. So, Mr. Branson, or Sir Branson, I'm warning you, be mindful of who you're doing business with. And it is at age of 69 that Richard makes such a comeback. In the 2 years of 67 and 68, I would say to him, any of these ideas and plans that you've got, rather wait until you are 69, because of the problems and the powers that be interfering and trying to restrict, or people that you're going to get involved with are not worthy. Wait until you are 69, because this is where all of your ideas are resonating with people out there. The plans that you're going to be implementing at 69 are part of your dreams and ideas. And this is where, by the time you're 69 and a half, everything starts to fall into place. But go back right now to 67 and 68. Watch out for fraud, taxes, difficulties, powers that be, that will be on your case. You can get past all of those people, and there's good fortune around you at the age of 69. What is interesting about you in this 4 life path that you've got is actually you're a minimalist. You would prefer to wear shorts and a t-shirt and a pair of tackies, as we call them, or sneakers, and be outdoor with nature. And I think one of your aspects of the way you run business is you've got the right people around you who get contacted, and then believe that they present to you, and then you resonate with those ideas, and you then go ahead with the ideas. So this will be part of your 67 and 68, where people will be coming to you with ideas, and some of them are good, but they're not right. At 69, they will be right. You need to be very mindful about your age of 70, because this is where you want to go ballooning again and flying around and jumping off buildings and things. Not a good year. Don't do it. This could be accidental and have some injuries. And if I look at under your name, at 70, you need to be careful, because there could be some medical issues that are going to arise. But all in all, you're independent, you're self-driven, you're a communicator, you're a leader, you're not a follower, and you're about drama and dramatics, and we've seen a few of those things that you've been doing with your best friend who unfortunately lost his life flying across the world. So be careful of your age at 70. We don't need to be losing you in an accident. I don't actually see that this would be a loss of your life anyway, because under the age of even 72, I see very, very good things around you. And at 73, it's huge. 74, gosh, there's awards and rewards. But your recognition starts again at 69. So there's out there in the public eye where people are recognizing you. So there will be some added awards for things that you have done for us. Thank you for watching Sandy's Numerology.